An Unholy Alliance by Dr. Michael Youssef. The Totalitarian Impact of Islam. Soon after seizing power in Iran, the Ayatollah Khomeini declared, "The governments of the world should know that Islam cannot be defeated. Islam will be victorious in all the countries of the world, and Islam and the teachings of the Quran will prevail all over the world." Khomeini was, however, simply restating what Muslim leaders have declared for centuries. Islam is a worldwide movement that seeks global dominance. What happens when an Islamic government takes power? We invariably see three consequences that impact the lives of Muslims and non-Muslims alike. First, the Islamic government abolishes personal freedoms. Islam knows nothing of such notions as live and let live, or to each their own. It demands absolute submission, and once political Islam takes control, personal freedoms disappear. All symbols of non-Muslim culture must be erased, and everyone becomes subject to Sharia law. During the 20-year American occupation of Afghanistan, from October 2001 to August 2021, Afghan women and girls could go to school, get jobs outside the home, engage in women's sports, and have access to healthcare and justice. After the United States withdrew, all of that ended. The Taliban rushed in to impose its 7th century ideology, and gun-toting Talibs reimposed strict Sharia law. Those who broke the rules faced arbitrary arrests, forced disappearances, torture, amputations, floggings, and public executions, with the Taliban targeting former government officials, journalists, professors, and anyone suspected of having helped the Americans. This is the paradise the Islamists plan to impose on the world. Second, the Islamic government puts an end to innovation. Under Muslim rule, modernization and technological advances come to a halt. One exception is weapons technology, such as Iran's attempt to develop nuclear weapons and missiles. Except for oil-rich nations like Iran, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar, most Islamic nations are poor. Wealth in the modern world is generally the result of modernization, to which Islam is traditionally opposed. There's a saying that the Hadith attributes to Muhammad: "The truest word is the Book of Allah, and the best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad. The most evil matters in religion are those that are newly invented, for every newly invented matter is an innovation. Every innovation is misguidance, and every misguidance is in the hellfire." This cautions against religious innovation, but the distrust of innovation in principle is such an accepted article of Islamic faith that it pervades all of society and all forms of innovation. Enough Western innovation has, however, trickled into the Islamic world to show poor Muslims that they are being deprived of the conveniences and prosperity of the West. Muslims thus feel they are missing out on the blessings of the 21st century. But do they blame the backward ideas of their Islamist leaders? No, they blame the West. Their leaders tell them, "The reason you live in poverty is that the great Satan, America, has stolen from you what is rightfully yours. Come join the army of Allah in our jihad to conquer the West." Many Muslims realize, however, that their poverty is the result of backward policies. An unnamed Algerian man once voiced this opinion in an interview. "Algeria was once the granary of Rome, and now it has to import cereals to make bread. It was a land of flocks and gardens, and now it imports meat and fruit. It was rich in oil and gas, and now it has a foreign debt of $25 billion and 2 million unemployed." Third, the Islamic government appeases angry radicals. Even if the bureaucracy is filled with mainstream Muslims, they still fear the Islamist hardliners. Have you ever wondered why mainstream Muslims never speak out against Muslim extremists? You might think that all Muslims simply agree with the Islamists and terrorists, but that's not true. Many Muslims would like to speak out, but they don't dare. They fear that if they do, the extremists will target them. Appeasement is the policy of most Middle East governments. Let me give you an example. A number of years ago, radical Islamists seized a church in the town of Basatine, near Cairo, and turned it into a mosque. The Christians complained to the authorities that the Muslims had stolen their property. What did the police do? They demolished the building, claiming the church lacked the required permits. Instead of confronting the Muslim militants, the police took the easy way out. The Islamists didn't mind losing their new mosque as long as it meant that the Christians had no church. This kind of appeasement of radical Islamists happens all the time.